having trouble getting my, why doesn't everything ever go smoothly? We are connecting, but I can't get my other screen to come up. So I am assuming that we are trying to connect, but I can't get my, I hope I don't have to get out of here and start again. Oop. Oh dear. There we go. Holy cow, I am sorry about that. That's like a minute or something of time that I have just wasted for you. I am terribly sorry. So my name is Alisa Tilsner. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, and hopefully everything will run smoothly. I'm still trying to figure this all out. Hello, Amanda. Hello. I am sitting there and I'm clicking all the things on my screen and nothing's happening, and I actually can't remember what I did to make it switch over, but anyway, we are here. Apologies about that. I'll see if I can go back and edit later on. So how is everyone tonight? Hopefully everyone is feeling good. Now, we are going to be playing with, I have done so much creating in the last couple of days, it's crazy. So I thought I would share with you what I have been creating, and I've got plenty of samples to show you at the end of the video as well. So I'm just watching comments to make sure that everyone is coming in. Don't forget that if you are watching live on YouTube, you need to log into your account so that you can chat with me, and that would be awesome if you did. So, okay, so I've got a few things to tell you. So the first is, this is what I have been playing with this week, and I have actually just received it and I absolutely love it. Hey Lois, I love this set, and this is what we're going to be creating with tonight. I just continued on the creating process. Sometimes you get into a little bit of a roll and you just keep making. So this is going to be my next class by mail, and this one will be released on the 15th of November. So there's still a little bit of time to go, so make sure you pop that one in your diaries. There will be 3 options for this class as per usual, and if you love layers and full-on cards, then you are going to love this class, and the color combination for this one is fantastic as well. So it's always the ones that you don't think that you're going to like that you fall in love with. So that was what happened to me. So, and the second thing that's also coming up around the same time, this is coming on the 16th, 17th and 18th of November, and we are having a quick flash sale. So it's called our seasonal sale, and there will be 10% off cardstock, 15% off Stampin' Up! Brand ink pads, so not Memento or Stays On or Versamark or anything like that. Just the Stampin' Up! Branded ink pads, and also 20% off of dies that are in the annual catalogue. So not the mini catalogue, just the annual catalogue. Hey Rose, thank you very much. And also we have our joining up Stampin' Up! So which is actually interesting, because if you happen to join on the 16th, 17th or 18th and you happen to put in cardstock, ink pads and dies, then you will also get them at a reduced rate as well, which means you get more in your starter kit, and the starter kit's only $130 during November, so, and you're getting $235 worth of product, so that is amazing. And then finally, if you are shopping with me during November, grab the code, minimum $60 orders, and you will get a set of rhinestones. So that is pretty good. So let's come back to me now that I've finally got all my screens working, and there's just one more thing that I need to get, and that is a microphone to plug into my iPad. So my boys keep saying just borrow ours, but of course, you know, they're using it when it comes time for me to want to do this as well. So anyway, so let's swing around and we'll get stuck into this card. So there'll be a bit of embossing, bit of colouring in, die cutting and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a really pretty card. So let's swing around and get started. Okay, so got to get my glasses on so I can actually see properly. Oh look, now I can see the comments properly. I actually need new ones, so I will get into that shortly. We're getting a Specsavers here in Port Lincoln, so I'll bring the first one in. So this is what we are playing with. These are the samples from the catalogue. I have gone back to Switcher Studio, Amanda, because I get it. I just understand it a little bit more. So we're using Nature's Harvest, which comes with your bundle. It's also got a time-worn die. Look, I've got to get better lighting as well. Time-worn type, it's called. It's an embossing folder, which is really lovely. It's got ribbon. We're also going to be using these. I've taken a real fancy to them as well. There's cork sheets, which I actually don't have, so I haven't actually played with them. And of course, the designer series paper, which I didn't really think that I would like, but I do really, really like it. Actually, it says Calypso Coral here, but on the back of the designer series paper, it says Cajun Craze, and I've only just realized that that's because I switched it out. I didn't like the Cajun Craze, so I switched it to that one. So seems like that was a good thing to do without knowing. So there we go. There's the stamp set as well. So there we go. That's the whole, oh, excuse me. Okay, so the card. Do you want to see the card that we're doing? I never know whether to show the card first. Well, I suppose you've already seen it. I gave a sneak peek, didn't I? So this is the card that we're making. Look, and I'm in shadows. Hang on. I got to figure out where my camera is too, because they're back to front to what, there we go. They're back to front to what I normally have them. For some reason, they don't want to flip the other way. So that's what we are playing with today. So let's get started on that. And I've got a heap of samples to show you at the end. So don't forget, stay with me, chat with me the whole time. Okay, so we've got our time one. Now, actually, I need to get myself set up because you need to work fairly quickly with this. Hang on. So let me get myself organized. I need my machine close by. And for this, you will need a plate number 1 and a plate number 4. Okay, so I'm just going to pop them. It gets a little bit crowded in my little workspace here, so I'm trying to do my best. Now, when you do this, you'll get 2 different looks. So depending on which side you place your Versamark, depends on the different type of look that you're going to get. So I am going to do the top. I think that's what I'm doing anyway. So I'm just going to, I think I've still got green on I was playing around with so many different things. I've got ink on my folder still from doing other stuff. Right, so ink it up in Versamark, then grab your cardstock. So I'm just using plain old, I was going to call it Whisper White then, basic white. Close it up and emboss as usual. Okay, and then this is where you need to sort of be semi-quick. So I've still got my trusty folded piece of paper here. I need to work closer. Maybe I can just grab this and bring out that closer to me rather than me trying to reach. That's a bit better. Okay, so now I've got the Versamark from the top plate has transferred onto my card, and this is where I need to be really quick, and I'm hoping that I actually have enough left because that's all I have. Not a huge amount left. Oh, I forgot my kids are going to volleyball. So I'm just going to cover all of that. Not too fussed if I don't get the whole thing because it's just white on white anyway. Well, at least I'll have the whole internet to myself now. Ah, see, now that they've left, my little was a yellow dot next to my recording is now turned to green. See? Oh, I have ordered more. I just remembered because every time I place an order, I go, oh man, I forgot. So because I don't think that that's going to get me very far. Where's my camera? I don't think that's going to get me very far in the next couple of days. So I hope my order turns up. Hi, Leah. Okay, so now I've got, which you won't be able to see. Ugh, all that grit. You won't be able to see that, but it has got white embossing folder all caked through there. So now I am just going to try not to burn anything in front of me, and this might take a little while as well, so I wish I could turn the volume down. But just going to heat emboss this. I know, right? Amanda, I had to buy the whole packet of 3. I'm nearly out of the clear stuff as well, so that's okay. The black I don't use very often. That's like watching paint dry. Now I have got a nice super shiny embossed panel going on. I think no, I didn't miss any. Okay, so what I want to do next is just grab, whoops, where have I put it? My blending brush, and I also have soft suede ink pad. I'll just wait for that to cool down just ever so. I think it should be okay now. And then I'm just going to sponge on or blend on some, but I don't want to do it everywhere. I just want to do it in those areas. Now I'll show you so obviously when you do the other side you get a completely different look, but this does actually have a little bit of writing on it, so you also have to be aware that the writing gets picked up more in this one than what it does in the other one, but I've got some different looks for you later on. And then I'll just give that a close. So I'm just going to, oh, my ink pad's tight. And then just give this a little bit of a rough. And there we have our panel all ready to go. So it's given it a nice shiny texture rather than just having it plain, which I thought was a little bit different. Okay, so let me just get these plates out of the way. Okay, so next what we need, nice and shiny. So now we're going to do a little bit of colouring. So we've got it all happening tonight. So with my Memento, because I am using blends, and I'm doing real quick, easy colouring. It's nothing flash whatsoever. I'm not putting down too much detail at all. So Memento, because we're working with alcohol, so opposites attract. We need a water-based ink pad for our alcohol markers. That one just is really nice. That is a really, really lovely stamp set, that one. Okay. Okay, so first of all, I'm using a succulent. Now I'm going to try and zoom in. Woo! That's really zoomed in. I don't think we need to zoom in that much. It's a bit touchy. All right, there we go. Just remind me to zoom back out again. Okay, so I'm going to use the light one first because, like I said, I'm not putting in a whole heap of detail with this one, so I'm just doing really super long flicks. Whoops, I'm even going outside the line. That was not intentional though. Whoops, just did it again. I've got to stop talking, that's why. I can't talk and colour in at the same time. So did you stick around and watch? We've had our first on stage evening, our opening event, which I have to say I didn't get to see a whole lot of it because it was right at tea time. Okay, so then coming in with my dark, and I'm just going to add some dark under there, and I'm just going to do long flicks again. Actually, I won't do that, a little bit up there. I don't know if it's supposed to be green or not, but I'm doing it. So, and then a little bit of a flick down there, and then just to add a little bit of the dark green. Like I said, I'm not even being particularly fussy. So there we go. Yep, your type of colouring. Look, just throw it down, because the thing is that once the ink all settles into each other, those lines tend to disappear on their own anyway. So now I'm going to do the flower heads, and I'm using Daffodil Delight because we don't have a Bumblebee set of blends, and I'm using Calypso Coral, but I will be using the 4, but again, it's nothing flash. So using your bullet tip, just going to pop a little bit of, and I do this on a little bit of an angle as well, so just popping a little bit of Calypso Coral on the flower center. Now these flowers, they're Black-Eyed Susans or something, isn't it? Is that what they're called? Okay, so I've gone through the colour combination for Calypso Coral. Now I've got the dark Daffodil Delight, and then, whoops, and then the light Daffodil Delight, and just blend all them together. But then I do come back with my dark Calypso Coral just to go over that again. Okay, really, really simple. Oh, nice. Yeah, well done. My kids that only know how to cook 2-minute noodles. Although Carl does make Turkish Delight from scratch, which is interesting. Okay, so I'm just throwing down some Calypso Coral, and like being lazy colouring in, this is where instead of going and colouring each petal, I'm just doing the same type of thing. And here we just pop a little bit of Calypso Coral down because it's only a small flower. And then coming in with the light. Does not take very long at all. Excuse me. And then with our dark, now I have played around and I've tried leaving the dark one out, so it just depends. Like if you want a bit more yellow in rather than orange, do the dark and then the light, because it just gives a little bit more brightness to your flowers. So and all you have to do is just go over your Calypso Coral a little bit and extend it. Oh, and down here, I forgot this one. And it just helps it just makes it easier to blend if you do the light. So I've tried doing dark Calypso Coral straight into dark Daffodil Delight, but by doing the light, the 2 sets of Calypso Coral, it actually blends together a lot nicer than otherwise you get a bit of a sharp line. So it just sort of helps the blending process as well by going through them all. Chicken burger, well, that's all right. Better than nothing, and you didn't have to cook it yourself. All right, nearly there. Super easy. And then just to finish it off, I do come back in with my dark. Oops, get it all over my fingers. I do come in with the dark, and I just really don't put too much down at all, just around there again. And that's pretty much it. I will just come in with my dark because I just forgot just to add a little bit of dark to that. Okay, now I will try and get that to come back again. Now it's going to go real. Now it's not going to do it quickly. Oh, now I've gone too far. Anyway, so there we have that coloured. So now we just need to die cut that. And these are the dies. So you have ones to match the two flowers, a couple of frames that will match some of the sentiments, and then you've got some standalone dies to cut out and have fun with. All right, so let's get this back in and having, oh man, hair everywhere as well. Oh, it got caught in the lid. Must have pulled my hair out. Charming. I am searching for short haircuts already. I'm hoping that I've nearly got the length to get it all cut off. I need to stand up to do this so I can see better. Yes, I found a couple of nice short layered bobs. I think I'm going to try and have something a little bit different this time. I'm hoping I've got the 21 centimetre length in my hair already, because I'm starting to get a little bit tired of the long hair. Okay, that'd be right. I cut it out not very well. Oh, don't you hate that? You go to all that effort to colour things in and then it doesn't cut out perfectly. Never mind. Never mind. I'm sure it hopefully won't be too noticeable. Okay. You need to get this out, Amanda, because seriously, once you start playing with it, it becomes very addictive, and you will see shortly. Right. Okay, so now pulling our card together, because I have die cut some of the pieces already because I thought that would just be totally boring. So we have that panel, we have this panel. Now I've already cut out two of the branches, twigs, whatever you would like to call them, in there from Calypso Coral, and then I've got some of the wheat from the Bumblebee. You can use the Daffodil Delight if you wanted to, because we're not using designer series paper, so you could use that as well if you wanted to. Now I have my card base. So, oh, now that's the other thing that I wanted to, look, I've got ink where it shouldn't have been. Poopy. Oh, and I've also embossed my sentiment and cut that out ahead of time as well. Now, I was playing a little bit earlier, so I thought I would give you guys the choice. I actually embossed white onto soft succulent card as well for something a little bit different. I thought I've done a heap of them, so I thought maybe we should do this one. So let me just add a little bit of colour to that, and then you guys can tell me. I just want to deepen that up. It's not going to be a huge difference because I'm using tone on tone, but I thought just for something different. So let me know. I don't even know how many people we're watching. I think we're pretty quiet tonight. But let me know what you think. Which one should I do? The white or the green, just for something different? Probably didn't add a huge amount of difference to that, but that's okay. I know that there's a bit of a delay, but I'm actually thinking that I might try the green one just for something different. Yeah, we can layer the pieces on here and have a little look and see what we think. So we can go with that. or I can do the same as that one. Very different. I think I might try this one. I don't know if I like it or not. The delay must be pretty bad. Okay, like that one too? I thought just for something different, let's have a crack. So this one is exactly the same, white, but white embossing on coloured cardstock instead. So we're just going to stick that straight down. And this is why I'm running out of my... You could do, obviously if you're doing on white, you can use your clear embossing powder, but if you're doing it on colour, then you'll definitely need to have your white. Okay, now, got all my bits and pieces here. So I'm going to start with my wheat, and I am just going to put my adhesive on the... Another bit of hair, oh my goodness. Time to get it all off. Right, so I'm just going to put it on the bottom half because I actually like it being loose. So now, will it stick properly? I have another big block. There we go. So while I am gluing, yay, give something different. I'd almost forgotten that I'd done it. It was the last minute this afternoon thing before dinner. Okay, because I actually like these loose and layered instead of all just stuck down flat. See, and I could have, if I was going to stick it all down flat, I could have used those adhesive sheets. I think my sentiment might get lost. Anyway. It's all fun, it's all texture, it's all a little bit different. It might get lost, I hope not. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of these. And that's the only thing that I will pop up. Okay. Whoops, not upside down, Miss Jane. All right, and it also the adhesives and everything seem to stick to it nicely, even though it's really, really glossy as well. So wow, this one's going to be really different as well. I'm going to have to take a photo of this one too. All right, just trim that little bit off. And then I love these ones, but I'm finding that the gold and the copper look really, really good with when you've got a little bit of the Calypso coral in it. The copper looks really good with that, and because of the yellow, the gold looks really good with it too. But if you're using a lot of the craft cardstock, then this colour works really well when you bring in that colour. So hence that's why I am nearly finished of these ones. Alright, and then we're just going to pop a couple of these around. And then our card is done. So I will bring in the other ones because I have made a lot of them. And I will show you the differences with them. Let's get everything out of the way. So there we go. We have another different one there. I need to get rid of the shadow that's going on. So now this one was a glossy one as well. And that was using the bottom side of the plate. And then this one was the one using the top side of the plate. So I'll see if I can bring them up and show you. So this one is a bit bolder. Now, because this one here is using the bottom of the plate, you'll notice that the words are actually the wrong way because it's the reverse side, if you get what I mean. So you can't actually see what's written on there anyway, because there's a lot more green on the card anyway. So I did those two. Now these ones, I didn't do any embossing on the background, and I actually made a boo-boo and put it on the wrong side, so that's why this one's on the other way. But what I did was just use my blending brush, and instead of putting Versamark on my embossing folder, I just brushed on the ink straight onto the embossing folder with the blending brushes. So again, depending on which side you use, the top or the bottom, you will get some of your words that are back to front, like you can't see them properly. And then I did this one here. So this one, where I can find my camera. And then this one is just straight on soft succulent, but I did sponge a little bit more soft succulent. Actually, I sponged this one onto the embossing folder as well, but because it was tone on tone, it didn't really stand out too much. It sort of looked like a bit of a grubby mess in the end. So there we go. I played a lot with the same card to get a few different looks. So there we go. All fun. I like the shine. I do like the shine. I think that's pretty cool because it just gives it a little bit of extra. So I've done all of them today. I got a little bit carried away, and then don't forget I also did all of these ones, and they are going to be open on the 15th, so you can do that one as well. So let's come back to me so I can say goodbye, and I might have to set up my reminders for YouTube a little bit earlier than like on the day, so that might help to get a few more people to come and watch. But thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope if you've got that stamp set, then you crack it open, because it is fun to play with, and I'm putting it away now. I think that's the most I've used a stamp set in one go for a while, so I need to move on to something else now. But thank you very much for watching me, and